All those who love sports would also love cricket, and the mega events is on the door, and the latest backlash happened in the history that West Indies is not going to play this World Cup, and we are going to read why. West Indies decline has been gradual, and even before this current batch start playing, says Ian Bishop. Bishop believes that it will be wrong to point fingers at the current crop of the West Indies player for this deterioration started ways back. West Indies cricket gradual decline reminds Ian Bushing of those big business entities of yesterday which did not evolve with and perhaps will never regain its lost glory. Bishop Biffy was a bowler of late 80s until mid 90s is hard like another Caribbean cricketer after watching Shai Hope team being thrashed by Scotland as the former champion failed to qualify for the ODI World Cup for the first time in 48 years. Bishop believes that it will be wrong to point fingers at the current crop of West Indies play for this deterioration started ways back. Yes, it has been a gradual decline. I have always said this predates this group of players. We have not played constantly good ODI cricket against the top nation for perhaps a decade. No, the T20 team, after having been two-time championship, they have said. Bishop told ESPN Cricket Info. The 15-5-year-old who has 161 tests and won 18 ODI wickets believe that lack of vision has been one of the biggest reason that has led to this day. So like big corporation who were at one time at the peak of their power, and then though I suppose a lack of vision or whatever you want to call it, they disappeared off the business scene. And that is what has happened for West Indies cricket. Two-time world champions who popularized the field for ODI cricket, he said. We need all hands on board to get the representation back to where it needs to be. Bishop was clear that even if West Indies can claw their way back toward the upper echelon of the game, they would not enjoy the pole position like they did 4 or even 3 decades back, and reason or not just cricketing one. We will never dominate like we did in the 80s and the first half of the 90s. I think other teams around the world are too good. We have serious economic challenges in the Caribbean which the authorities around the world have to look at. But I still think when I look at, for example, where Zimbabwe were and the troubles they have gone through and how well they have played in this tournament, I think we have enough there to do even better next time around if there is a synergy here. And Bishop also urged fans to be practical as he feel that socio-economic environment from the time West Indies were a cricket powerhouse has completely changed. I think it is a different time. What motivators of Vivian Richard and Gordon Greening and Desmond Hines and Cliff Lord, globalization has sort of dissipated that. So the motivation are no different, and I accept that. If it is more financial and economic, then we have to ride with that time and provide experience and platform where the players gravitate towards that. He cited possible reason. I would not say that the pull that was evident for the players of the 16 and 70s should be the same in the 2000s. So we have to identify what the mirror desires are, and they will be different for each player. But the skills level of surviving in longer formats have also dipped. There is still, as I speak to the player, a desire to play for West Indies, but there are not as many of that caliber as they may have been in the past time. Bishop also wants that there should be a knee-jerk reaction, and head coach Darren Sammy and skipper Hope should be persisted with. We have changed captains and coaches. We now have to give support and time to the incumbent and make sure we give them the support stock. Zimbabwe in this tournament, for example, have done it with minimum playing resources, so why cannot West Indies if they concentrate on their pool? This is the reason of West Indies' decline in this mega event, and this article uh, about the Ian Bishop, the great former West Indies player, he says, what is the most popular? Why West Indies are out of World Cup? West Indies were knocked out of the ODI World Cup 2023 after losing their Super 6 match to Scotland. Former Pakistani cricketer Mohammad Hafiz had reviewed the team situation. Is cricket still popular in the West Indies? West Indies is not a country, but the Caribbean countries, all of them are called West Indies. Cricket has traditionally been the most popular sport in the West Indies both before and after independence. Is West Indies not playing? Does West Indies have a chance to qualify? Well, no. West Indies have failed to qualify for 2023 World Cup after losing to Scotland in the Super stage of the ongoing World Cup qualifier in Zimbabwe.